Of the first 30 people I called, I had one enrollment. It was a preferred customer. And she sent her products back. And I'm training you today. So. But I still had this goal, right? I was all in now. I was going to give this another go, and I was going to go executive. So I've got to build consultants. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to share with people and help them and get them. I have 6 people now. I'm going to get them. How do I get them to get to consultants? And a lot of people, we get in that mindset. That's where I was in the beginning. How do we get people to consultant? We don't. I mean, some of you probably have, and you can, and you would. You can get 6 people and all of them to consultant right away, but that's not how that happens. And I didn't know that at first. 1 year to manager. It took me a year to get to manager. A year. Am I giving you hope? So fast forward, a few weeks ago I was in Italy with the goal of the Crystal Executive Reset. I left for Italy on June 24th. I had 5 in place, I had 5 to go. Got it done last Friday. Thanks, and I'll share a few tips. But the main difference in that was really mindset. It wasn't that I'd prepared any better what to say. It was my mindset and releasing that anxiety. Because so often we have that attachment to people, and when we have attachment, it creates anxiety, and we can't produce from anxiety. We cannot. And so, if you compare it to prospecting, what's one of the most powerful ways that we can release the anxiety around prospecting? Have you ever noticed when your pipeline is full of people, you're not so attached to them, so you're not full of that anxiety, right? So if we want more enrollments, we just go talk to more people, right? The same with building consultants. If you want more consultants, talk to more associates, which means get more associates, right? Just like Hillary was saying. About finding people who get it, right? You have to 50 people to get 2 who get it. Get more associates. I heard Herb Cepeda say one time to enroll at least 5 people a month and promote at least 2 to consultants a month. That's always been my focus. I haven't always hit it, but I usually get 5 to 10 enrollments personally a month. And then there's 3 general steps I go through to help them achieve consultant, which I'm going to share with you. The first is simply to make it available to everyone. In our team, I feel like we have a great culture of sharing. Would you agree? Yeah. Tasha, superstar, hit it on the 12th, executive and 2-star. Alicia hit it on the 12th, 2-star. To get here, we have a culture of sharing in our Facebook group, in our launch parties. We always encourage everyone who's sharing their 30-second story to include their financial piece, no matter how small they think it is. There's a girl on our team, she's a chiropractor, Dr. Stephanie, who didn't even intend to share. A few people asked her. She made $300 in her first week. She'd come from a previous network marketing company where it took her a full year to earn $300 in residual income. That's huge. We have such a gift. So we make it available to everyone through our culture and also through launch parties, through telling our story, and also through team calls. On our team calls, we always include the financial piece as well as the business piece, right? So make it available to everyone. Don't prejudge, and the more you have, the less attached that you'll be. And so the next step, now that you've made it available to everyone, how do you narrow it down? How do you get to that specific individual? You're going to see who's open. You see who's open. And the best way to do that is by asking questions. It's the same in prospecting, right? We share Isagenix with everybody, and it's through asking questions we find who's open to it. It's the same thing in building consultants. You see who is open to it by asking questions. And a lot of times our questions kind of focus around financial freedom and painting the big picture, which is important. But a lot of times we have to be aware of where our people are at. And we have to center our questions around where they are and expect to have to layer the questions a little bit. Just like for the prospecting. See, we get this so good. At some point in prospecting, we arrive at that point, we realize we can't get people. It's a process. We're going to layer them. It's going to take a while. It's the same with building consultants, right? It's going to take a while, most of the time, to layer them And it's a process. So when you're asking questions, the big picture is important. But then sometimes they ask somebody, well, do you want to make money? They're like, well, no, because they can't see the path. But if we can back up the question to match the path, then it helps guide them. Want to know my favorite question to ask?
Yes.
Would you be open to making a Facebook post? That probably 8 of my 10 consultants in my reset was just that. They don't want to build a business, but they're having a great product experience. Would you be open to making a Facebook post? And then clarify, because some of them think they have to put their before and after in a bikini and they get all anxious about that. No, just here, and I give them examples. Like if you want, you can just put, this is the Jill Bowman thing. Would you like to know more about the nutritional products I'm using? They say, would you post that question? Make it a post. If they're closed to sharing their story, just, would you like to know about the nutritional products that I'm using? Or they can share their story without a picture and just give a before and an after emotion, right? I was so tired of feeling stuck in my weight, and then my friend shared with me, and now I feel amazing. I can't believe I'm fitting into my skinny jeans. And what I will do is, when I'm checking up in them in general, how are you feeling? How are you doing on the products? So they give me some feedback on how they're feeling. I will take their words and I will put it into a post. I'll send it to them. Like, would you post this? Right? And they'll probably edit it to make it into their comfort zone, but when they post it, social media is so powerful, isn't it?
Yes.
And then we guide them through the process, and we have that awesome product page. Who's using the Real People, Real Results, EHP page?
Yes.
That is so powerful, right? And that's another way that people can see the product. So if they find people who are interested, they just stick them into the product page, which they know how to do because they see all of us doing it, and they get a welcome post for that person, right? So we see who's ready by that. Another favorite question is, could you offer some referrals? Who could you refer to me? I had a girl who referred to me, her mom and her sister. She wouldn't talk to them herself, but when I asked for referrals, she gave me her mom and her sister. They both enrolled. She went consultant. You never know. And finally, help who is ready. Some will and some won't. Going into this Crystal Executive Reset, thank you. I had 2 people who I calculated their stored volume, and if they would go consultant for the first time, they were going to bank $1,000. So in my mind, I count them as one of my 2. But I overshot, as I always do. I always plan on more. So I wasn't counting on them. I didn't have an attachment, but I was expecting those 2 to come in. But one of them wasn't ready. She even had her husband already. She just needed one more, but she wasn't ready. Like, would you post this? Would you share with this? Who's asking? I went through it all. But you have $1,000, just one person. She wouldn't run with me. She wouldn't do anything. It's okay. Just stay active. The other one was so coachable. When people are ready, they're coachable. Right? Back up your questions to where they're at, and they'll go with you if they're ready. Run with them. Don't be attached to the ones who won't. They'll relieve a lot of the anxiety that you're holding on. This is the way we build consultants. Right? This is building consultants with ease and elegance. This is how we build our business and share with people. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be planning everything, right? It's really a mindset game. We're doing it with ease. So thank you so much for listening.